and welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is what makes you so intimidating to others. For that, as usual, we have three piles. Pile number one, tiger. Pile number two, 10 of wands. Pile number three, sunrise. Guys, if you like my content, then please like and hype the content. Now let's get started. Hello, pile one. Let's see what makes you so intimidating. Okay, Astrodice, Leo, very visible, Cancer, bright explorer. Your charm, your vibrancy, your empathy. Yes, empathetic people can also be intimidating because if they are being pushed beyond a certain limit, they can literally be the most difficult, dangerous person to deal with. If you push an empathetic person, they'll just turn around and never leave, and would leave and never look back, no matter what you do. A lot of people I've seen who are extremely empathetic, but they do not take nonsense from others beyond the side because they know they have already accepted enough. You're a very strong person, extremely resilient, very dependable, resilient, someone who knows what their worth is. 7 of swords. You guys are your what is are you so intimidating? You guys are intimidating because see, this guy is standing behind the trees with all his armaments, and he is literally waiting for his turn to come instead of getting out, because he knows that there are 3 people and he is only one. So he is calculating. Your calculating nature, your strength, strong emotional strength, calculating nature, these are the things that tend to intimidate a lot of people. A lot of you can have your gaze. A lot of you can be a Scorpio. A lot of you can be someone who has a beautiful, magnetic, very piercing eyes, which tend to intimidate a lot of people. Don't you see how your passion makes you glow? It's your passionate nature, how passionate you are, how motivated you are about life, about living in general, that tend to intimidate a lot of people because not everybody is as motivated, as self-motivated as a lot of people feel really dejected on a day-to-day basis. You guys don't. You tend to know how to pull yourself out from those emotional slumps and get going. That tend to, like, your self-motivated nature, tend to your passion to live life on your own terms, those things, your fiercely independent streak can really intimidate a lot of people. 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, but fairies aren't going to come do all the work for you. Exactly. You guys are very workaholic. You guys are very hardworking. You guys are those people who are known for their work ethics in the first place. So this is something I can see that makes you extra motivating, that makes you very motivating, and people really love what they see. Like your people are not just love, people are a little taken aback, not just in love, they are a little taken aback that they cannot really accept a person can be so self-motivated, and your ability to achieve things on your own terms, that makes you very intimidating. Ace of Pentacles. Wow, what an abundant opportunity. Exactly. You guys, literally, I'm seeing a lot of you guys are walking on a path of abundance, and it's your abundance, it's your a lot of things that you always cared about. Like today, you are one of those people who literally have managed to turn their lives around and are living their lives on their own terms. It's your ability to turn your life around on your own terms is something that is intimidating. Take time for deep self-reflection. You guys are the kind of people who are very much in alignment with their own inner self. Yeah, I mean, you guys are very authentic people. Your mind, body, spirit are always in one alignment, and that intimidates a lot of people. Stand your ground. Exactly. You know who you are, and you will never be a pushover. People just cannot pull the. You do not suffer fools. You know what your mind is, like what you stand for, and if you once you believe in something, you are willing to die for your belief system. You guys are that stubborn. Somebody, a lot of you can be a Taurus, by the way. Scorpio, Taurus, someone who knows their value in this world, and that intimidates a lot of people. Alright, guys, up until now, if you like my content, please hit the like and hype button. That really helps us. Aquarius full moon. Aquarius can be significant for a lot of you. Show the world the real you. Exactly. You guys are showing the world what you're truly capable of doing. You guys are showing the world what you're slowly but surely, you guys are getting to the place, the position that you always deserve. People literally are intimidated by your potential. You have a lot of potential about you, work, achievement, and success. Exactly. You guys, the ants are like the relentless workhorse. You guys are workaholics to the core, and it's your work ethics that tend to intimidate. Like, people know that when they are partying, you will be working. So that is something that makes a lot of people feel a little intimidated. You can be your own knight. You're fiercely independent. You do not need others. It's actually the contrary. It's the others who needs you. And that self-realization, you guys are those people who are very self-reliant and independent. It's your independence that tend to intimidate others. Start a revolution. Guys, you are those people who not only do not take nuisance and knows how to stand up for their own selves. You also know how to stand up, how to protest whenever you feel there's something wrong is happening, and that intimidates. Like, this is a person who will not put up with anyone's nonsense here. That is very, very intimidating. That makes you extremely intimidating. Successful outcome to your problems. Exactly. You guys are the kind of people who are troubleshooters, who knows how to come to a solution. You know how to find a solution even to the most difficult puzzles and troubles. You know how to come to a solution in those cases. You know that. You guys are those people who are very aware that this is what I need to do in order to find my success. Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. You guys are the kind of people who are badass people. You are the kind of people who are very unapologetically who you are, very confident, speaking their mind, just very authentically being who you are. And that, you're being who you are and not caring what the whole world would say about you is something that intimidates a lot of people. Believe in the impossible. Exactly. You guys tend to believe that anything is possible. All the impossible things are literally doable. You guys believe that. You are the kind of people who genuinely believes that everything that you do is everything that is possible is just on the other side of this fear. If some people feel that, oh God, I'll not be able to achieve this, you know that you can achieve anything, just about anything, provided you put your mind to it. You have a lot of self-confidence. That your confidence and self-assured nature tend to make others feel intimidated and jealous. Choose your own path. Yeah, you guys are walking on the right path in life. That intimidates. You know what? Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. You're also very close to your family members, and that is something that your connection with your family is very intimidating. In today's day and age, very few people are that connected to their family, to people around them who really care about them. You guys, I'm seeing a lot of you have a very deep connection. I mean, even during your darkest times, you have got people around you who will stand by you, who would support you. That is a big thing. Observation. You guys are very observant kind of people. Very observant, someone who doesn't react, who cannot be triggered easily, someone who is more like a cool as a cucumber kind of candidate. That is intimidating. Like, they know they cannot drag you in anything dramatic. You want your peace and no drama is needed in your life. Okay, don't dim to fit in. You guys do not believe in dimming your lights in order to make others feel better. You never, actually, you do not even try. I mean, you, a lot of the times, you just tend to stick out like a sore thumb, and that intimidates. Like, you're naturally, you guys are pretty, self-reliant and pretty, just not giving two hoots to what others say kind of people. That intimidates. It's your personality. Like, I am who I am. Either you accept it, or if you do not accept it, cannot accept it, that's your problem. That intimidates a lot of people. Okay, last but not the least, you are being called upon to provide leadership. So trust that you are capable of doing so. It's your capability and your success. It's your leadership nature, natural leadership qualities that intimidates a lot of your, especially your peers, those who are at your stage, because you have the capability of climbing, becoming more successful, more visible. Yeah, those things tend to really intimidate a lot of people around you. Alright guys, I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, pile 2. Let's see what makes you so intimidating to others. Starting with the astro dice. Gorgeous, creative, believe, become, Virgo. A lot of you are pretty hermit types. You guys are the kinds. What makes you, like, you speak a little less. Maybe you have a little deeper, huskier voice, or a low tone voice, or you speak with a lot of authority. That intimidates your gorgeousness, your creativity. I'm seeing a lot of people find you out of the world, alluring and beautiful, and that is something that intimidates a lot of people. You have a lot of, like, believe, become. It's a very self-assured nature that, no, I can do anything. That kind of a mindset can be intimidating to a lot of people, especially that self-assured nature. Shift your perception. You know what I'm seeing? Typically, this is a person who used to be once upon a time very unsure of who they were, unsure of their position in this world. But today, there is a change. Shift in perception tells me there is a change, a transition from a procrastinator to someone who is very unsure from their own selves, into someone who is very proactive, someone who is walking and is creating a value for their own selves, creating a life for their own selves. Cat, it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. Exactly, you guys are those people who have literally, you are you've become self-reliant. There was a time when you used to trust others, depend on others, and others have let you down to such an extent that today you just do not give two hoots what others would say. You just do your own shit together. Get your own shit together, rest really doesn't matter. Very productive people, very productive, hustling kind of people. You guys are those people, nose to the grind. I'll just buckle down, I'll just, and do, hunker down and do. Double down, or not buckle down, rather double down and hunker down and do the needfuls. You are like what intimidates people is your work ethics, your impeccable work ethics. You're comfortably the hardest working person in the room. It's your confidence, it's your self, like I know what I'm doing and don't try to tell me what I'm worth. That is intimidating to a lot of people. Position of authority, I'm seeing this is something that you have achieved and acquired through a lot of hard work, and that literally intimidates people because people tend to look, when people who are above them, people tend to look up them with a lot of intimidation anyways. And I'm seeing, there is an air of authority about you, about your personality. Like, do not cross these lines or else kind of a thing I can see in you. And that is very naturally, you guys are very naturally, oh yes, you have a lot of sense of strong boundaries today. You are the person who lives their life on their own terms, and you do not want others to tell you what you need to do with your life. You know what, your sense of boundaries and sense of self-assured nature, someone who does not allow within a certain range, like this is my personal space, do not get in. You have that mindset, and that intimidates a lot of people. Most difficult part of a situation is over. Yeah, you guys are the kind of people for whom the most difficult part was that you have been through a lot of difficulties and you have overcome that. Slowly but surely you're getting ahead. Like, you guys are getting ahead in a much slower manner, but that has given you a lot of, this persistent nature that makes you very intimidating. Like, this is a person who does not give up. There is a lot of respect. People are very respectful towards you even behind your back. That is something that is a lot of people are intimidated about. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Exactly, you guys are very wise, and those people who are very sorted, it's your wisdom that tend to intimidate a lot of people, because it's the wisdom that has helped you stay afloat during your difficult time. So people are intimidated by that. No, the wisdom, the things that you say, it's your life experiences. You have experienced a lot of especially negative things pretty early on in life, like had to grow up virtually. A lot of you grew up on your own, had to self-parentify a lot, which that does is it makes you very self-disciplined, which makes you very like self-control, self-discipline, very good with money. This good virtues and values tend to intimidate a lot of, you're very sorted in your head. No one can push you away from your path. Those things tend to intimidate a lot of people. A new start coming. You guys are starting afresh. You guys are starting on your own, and that intimidates a lot of people. Like, you guys have really, you guys have changed. You have changed, and you're having a new special beginning to your life. A life that you have built with your own hard work. A life that you guys are very much like, you have earned this life. A lot of you have got a second chance. Some of you saw your marriage go down the drain. Some of you have battled illnesses, and now you have gotten a second chance at your life. That is that conviction that I'm gonna do my best is something that intimidates a lot of people. Like, indeed. 10 of Wands. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Exactly. You guys are the kind of people who genuinely believes that life is as simple as you keep it, or as complicated as you make it, and you believe in simplifying life. Your tendency of simplifying life itself tend to intimidate a lot of people. Like, you try not to complicate things any further. That is very intimidating. Like, there is something very clean, sorted, like this is what I want, very focused. That is something like people like, most people are really scattered in their head, always having a monkey brain, giving into like immediate gratification, instant gratification. But you guys, I'm seeing, are way more disciplined. That is something that people cannot relate with, and hence they are very intimidated. Alright guys, up until now, if you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Emperor can be like, I'm seeing you tend to have a lot of king and queen vibes, like very confident, very self-assured, at the same time very capable and powerful and standoffish. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Exactly. You guys are the authoritarians of your own life. You guys are the real kings and queens and the confident people of your own life, who knows what they're worthy of, and you do not need others to show you the way. That, like, you do not need anybody. You can survive. You have survived the worst. You can survive this. This is coming from a place like somebody who grew up with a lot of lack of self assurance, lack of self confidence, to someone who is very confident, who is very self assured, who knows what their worth is, how far they have come, and you always pull yourself up. Like, you always, like, you, whenever, even if you're going through a dark time period, you know what your worth is. You never, today there is a lot of self confidence that you have, that makes people very, like, makes you very intimidating to others. Don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. Exactly. You do not, first of all, it's a Queen of Swords. You're a very good judge of human character. So manipulators tend to get very intimidated by you, because you can see right through them. And also, you can have, a lot of you have a very sarcastic tongue. Also, you do not believe in lowering your voice, or like in any form or manner, just lowering your own position in order to make some insecure person feel better. You have done that earlier, having said that, but today you no longer care. You're not caring about what others would think, say, do. That is very intimidating. That makes a lot of insecure people even more insecure. Make plans and focus. Exactly. You guys have become way more focused about your own life. You don't care what others would think, what others would say, but you guys have become a person who is only planning and trying to achieve their own goals. You are literally running in your own lane, who is not distracted by what others are saying or doing. I'm always enough. Do not doubt your worth. Exactly. You are the person who doesn't believe in doubting their own worth. You have a lot of sense of self-worth about yourself, and you genuinely feel that you should not doubt yourself, because there was a time when you have put yourself through a lot of self-doubt and you have achieved nothing. But today, now that you have become a little more self-assured, trusting your own self has been the biggest boon for you. And your self-assured nature, that I'm always enough, I will take care of my own self, that thing, like, nobody can make you feel insecure, that makes a lot of people feel judgmental. Ends are inevitable. You have lost a lot in life. Clearly, you have gained your wisdom because you have lost a lot of battles in your life. And that has made you way more stable and persistent and resilient. That makes a lot of people feel very intimidated. Alright guys, I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, pile 3. Let's see what makes you so intimidating to others. Starting with the astro dice, of course. Peace and harmony, Aquarius, active, social. You guys are very progressive, very liberal, very ahead of your times, who speaks their mind, who are also, a lot of you are big advocates of peace. I'm seeing a lot of you are activist kind. A lot of you are very active, social activism, rights activism, very justice oriented. These things tend to intimidate a lot of people. Naturally, be your own first priority. You know what you have realized? You have a lot of sense of self respect. Like, if I do not respect, if I do not prioritize my own self, I shouldn't expect others to prioritize me. So self prioritization is a major thing for you. Your potential is endless. You have a lot of potential. That is something that people notice about you. Do it for you. You know what? You are somebody who tend to do a practice a lot of self love. That is something I can see that intimidates. Like somebody, a woman, especially if you are a woman, a woman who is deeply in love with their own self is someone who is very deeply secure, someone who doesn't really believe in a lot of nonsense, who does not take nonsense from others. People, like, you have got higher standards for yourself. So you hold your own self to high standards and you expect that high standard, from others. That is inherently very intimidating. You can be a little demanding as a boss as well. So people are a little intimidated by your high standards, and you believe that you deserve it. Bloody hell, what the hell the world thinks I am. I am deserving of everything good and nice, and I'm getting it. Simple, full stop. The world awaits you. You know, you guys are the kind of people who are the world, literally, you guys are the kind of people who are very self-motivated. Every single morning you get up, you are in this mood, like, oh my god, I've got one more day to conquer. You guys are those people who lives on a day-to-day basis. You genuinely live on your own terms. You treat each and every day like a new start to the next. For the rest of your life, this is the first day to the rest of my life. You treat every single day as such. Don't be afraid to sing. You guys are not afraid to speak your mind. You guys are not afraid to speak your mind, speak your words. You guys are the kind of people who are very self-aware. Make the change. You know what I'm seeing? A lot of you have transformed yourself in the recent past, and moment we change the way we look at ourselves, the world starts, like, moment we start respecting ourselves more, world start to respect us. Moment we stop respecting ourselves, world also stops respecting us. I'm seeing there is an up leveling in your lifestyle which is making you more intimidating. A lot of you are leveling up in life in every form and manner. Library, take control of your own narrative. Exactly. You are not a puppet. You are not even willing to be a puppet in anyone else's hands. That is very intimidating to a lot of people. Justice is coming. You guys are a very fair and just people. Very just, very fair, very reasonable. You guys are this kind of people. Someone who knows what their worth is. Someone who is extremely capable. Someone who is very this is who I am. And you are also someone, you can not only stand up for your own self. If you see someone else who cannot stand up for themselves, you will stand up. And have been mistreated, maybe an elderly person, maybe a dog, a cat. A lot of you do a lot of rights activists is something a lot of you can do. Something related to the legal and paralegal system. And you know, your mindset, you tend to come across as a little standoffish, a little witchy. There is something very dark, witchy, powerful. Something which is a little elusive. People just cannot point a finger, like put a finger on what it is. But you know, you guys come across compliments from an admirer. What intimidates people is you guys come across as someone who's from old money vibes, old money, very secure, very classy, and that is of course very intimidating to any average Joe, for sure. You never needed those wings to fly. You are a very liberated person, very progressive, very liberal and liberated kind of people. Very, very ahead of their times in every form and manner. Stand up for yourself. You know how to stand up, and you also know how to stand up for others. You are the kind of people whom people are usually mostly like, you are like that pest. Something is not working, you will keep on, like, you are the kind of people, you know, the PETA people who will constantly, you're very idealistic, very philosophical, and you're motivated by your ideologies and ethics and moral compass. Nothing can buy your opinions, if that makes sense. You guys are you and your opinions are not for sale, if that makes sense. Treat your body like the palace it is. For you, it's your body that's the palace. It's your body which is, like, I'm seeing a lot of you, there is a self-embracing. A lot of you grew up being bullied for the way you looked or you didn't look. You were bullied for being who you are. Maybe some of you stood out ethnically, some of you the way in which you speak a language or you do not speak a language, where you're from, your size of your body. Now, both fat shaming is a thing, but skinny shaming is also a thing. So I'm seeing you guys today have come to, like, terms with that. Once we make peace, like, you know, this is what it is, I don't care what you think. There was a time when you have treated your body not so well. You have not, your self-respect was in the dustbin. From there, today you are more at peace with who you are. That is intimidating. Like, people can no longer put you down and find, like, you know, ragging somebody who doesn't take you seriously is not really something that people would do. I mean, it's easy to rag somebody who would be in tears easily, rather than somebody who wouldn't, who would just not give two hoots to what you're saying, if that makes sense. You have become a badass version. You know, do what you have to do, I just don't care. You have that mindset today. Alright guys, you know, I'm seeing a lot of you are seen as achievers on their own right. You have achieved things, you have conquered your goals and visions on your own right, on your own terms, and that is something, like, people, you guys are turning out to be the dark horses. Literally, this vibe also gives me, this card gives me the vibes of a dark horse, someone who is the dark horse, someone who has achieved things, coming from a place where nobody supported them. You started a business on your own with no support from your family, and that business takes off. You become the most successful person, and suddenly everybody is praising you. Those people who were actually criticizing you at one point. Alright guys, up until now, if you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. You guys are visionaries. You guys are very hard-headed for success. You know, very hard-headed, very determined. Like, this is what, if you know, once you determine, like, this is what you want, you are willing to go that extra mile in order to achieve that. You know, that vision is very important. You know, you guys are great strategists as well. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. You guys are very good at looking for those gaps in the markets, those opportunities that are available. So, you know, some people might call you an opportunistic. The thing is, you guys are very good at looking at those opportunities that are there in front of you and working your way through that. People literally find it intimidating, the way in which a lot of you are very mercurial people, very cerebral, very smart, smart ass people. You turned out to be so, and that intimidates, that makes a lot of people feel very insecure. Set your sights higher. You're very ambitious. At the same time, a lot of you can be an Aquarius. This is a person who is very progressive, someone working with like a Rahu, a North Node positive kind of a person, someone having like working with the in the IT, with the computers, with AI, coding, vibe coding, using machine learning, cyber security, something very, or maybe something like a stem cell research, someone who is like a very logical person and working in that kind of research based things, something is related to the research could be significant for a lot of you. Routine, you're very disciplined, your discipline is very intimidating because it's your this tightly bound discipline that keeps you feel grounded, or else you feel lost. A win-win outcome is the forecast. People realize that this is a person with their work ethics, they are going to win no matter what. Okay, last but not the least, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you would emerge victorious. Exactly. You guys tend to face your problems, whatever comes your way, like a bow. You do not avoid problems, you do not shy away from impediments. Instead, you use them as an opportunity to grow and learn. That intimidates, like you're not afraid of being defeated of anything. That intimidates a lot of people. Alright guys, I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste.